Francophone, 2 fois président, passer le pouvoir à un anglophone. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote pour celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieux. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux. Des vieux.
One of the penalties of refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by inferior people. Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroons. My name is Maitre Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Today, if I sit on this platform, I say the government of the Cameroons is illegitimate. Some people might say this man doesn't know what he's talking about. If I say the president, including all the institutions, they are illegitimate, they are unconstitutional, someone will say, oh, this man is just talking. Ladies and gentlemen, I must always remind the people of the Cameroons that when I come on this platform, I'm here to scrutinize and to hold the government of La Republique du Cameroun to account. That's what you call opposition. Opposition is not just about standing for election, creating political party. Opposition is a government in waiting, somebody who have alternative policies and have been doing that for more than 30 years. I always challenge the policy or non-policies of the government, and I always give you alternative. That's what, as a leader of British Cameroon National Party, that is my role. We have been made in the Cameroons to believe that whatever the president does, you clap for the person. No, you don't do that. Opposition does not mean you create a political party, you say you're the leader or you're the chairman. There have never been an opposition political party in the Cameroons. The only genuine official political party in the Cameroons is British Cameroon National Party. An opposition political party must be scrutinizing and holding the government on a daily basis, the account of everything. If you look at the Cameroons, since 1960, nobody has been holding the Aijo Bia regime into account. Everybody only clap. They don't do anything. That is why we of British Cameroon National Party have come to fill that vacuum, to make sure that if there is a non-functional government, we should make them to understand that there is a functional opposition, the British Cameroon National Party. We tell them the alternatives, how to do the economic, health policy, transport, taxation, France, CFA, monetary policy, and so on and so forth. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a new era in the Cameroons of politics. We don't believe in violence. We don't believe in fighting people. We believe that we can win all the seats or the majority of seats in British Cameroon, Northwest and Southwest region. That's what we are focusing on, and it is very important. I know sometimes people might take things in another way, or they might feel offensive when I come and say there is no opposition in the Cameroons. It might be my opinion, whether you like it or not. We are a political party. In politics, when somebody says something, you can say your own. If you like, we can debate. You don't sit there and get annoyed and say, oh, I'm challenging that there's no political party in the Cameroon opposition. It's just like in the Cameroons, we might say we have multipartism. I've seen people celebrate it. Oh, this man brought multipartism in the Cameroons. There's no multipartism in the Cameroons. It's in theory. It's in theory. There's no multipartism. Before Tony Blair came to power in the United Kingdom, they had some agreement about decentralization. Multi-party politics was in theory, and most of minor political parties like Scottish National Party, Sinn Féin in Republic of Ireland, Plaid Cymru in Welsh, you have to win a certain amount of seats before they give you that devolution. That's why I see sometimes people like to say, we want to go and negotiate, do this. You don't understand these things. They have to put a condition. And when you have that mandate, that seat, in Scotland, it was supposed to be 40%. And when Scottish National Party had that majority for the first time, that is when they gave them decentralization. That's why they have a government and a first minister. That's how you do it. So in the Cameroons, we say there's multipartism. It's in theory. In Scotland, in the United Kingdom, it used to be in theory until these minor parties, they started winning seats. In Cameroons, the CNU, rebranded CPDM, have got absolute majority. I'm sure 60-something if you add the coalition on, out of 180 seats. The opposition political party in the Cameroons is meant to, I know most people think that it is Kamto or what. If you look in terms of seat, usually the second largest party that have got more seats in the parliament is usually the opposition, which it should be Bello Buba. But taking into consideration that Bello Buba is in government, so we'll look at the next party with the seat, but those seats are irrelevant. You have 5 seats, what can you do with it? You cannot challenge them. So it's still a one-party system. So there's a difference to have multipartism in practice and multipartism in theory. So we still have it in theory. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so as I say, we don't have opposition in the Cameroons. If you look back then, even before I was born, the government of Mr. Aijo and Mr. Bia, they have been doing things, nobody has been challenging them. Okay, I'll give you the famous or notorious Article 47 in the Federal Republic of Cameroon. This article stipulates clearly any proposal for the revision of the present constitution which impairs the unity of the federation shall be inadmissible, shall not be admissible, it shall be invalid. So if the constitution says changing this thing is going to be invalid, even if you change it 1 million times, you're still illegitimate. It is unconstitutional. That's why I say the BR regime and the Aijo regime, they are unconstitutional. If you change laws that they say you should not change it, what do I expect? Where were the oppositions in the Cameroons? That's where the opposition you come in. I challenge this, it's unconstitutional, you take it to court and challenge it, an independent judiciary. Who was there when Aijo changed Article 47? What were they doing? Papa Aijo, national unity. What is national unity? When they are annexing you, assimilating you, you call it national unity. National unity is accepting unity in diversity, not forcing people to adhere to other people's culture. The current unconstitutional, illegitimate, invalid constitution of La République du Cameroun, Article 64 makes it clear again. No procedure for amendment rather of the constitution affecting the republican form and unity govern the republic shall be accepted. Why should you change Article 47? Then you bring in a similar Article 64. That's Article 47. When British Cameroon joined La République du Cameroun, they said, don't change it. If you change it, it's invalid. No opposition. Then they changed the constitution again, put similar article now for this centralized, I call it personalized form of government. It's not even centralization. Centralization, you even see some people that they elect them or what. It's a personalized form of government. We don't even have a centralized form of government. It's in theory. So they change Article 47 and put Article 64, which is saying that don't change the form of a state. So each time they make a constitution, they say don't change a form of a state. Because the federation was two states, two countries that came together. So they had their way now to bring Article 64. Oh, don't change the form. One and indivisible Cameroon. Talk or not. This is what they are doing. The fact that you change Article 64, rather Article 67 to 64, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it valid. It's still invalid. So everything that the BI regime have been doing is unconstitutional. It's illegitimate. It's a fact. Because I come and steal your car, I take it, I'm driving it, it doesn't make the car mine. That's what the BI regime have done. So my point is, we don't have opposition in the Cameroons. If we have opposition, since after 1961, when Aijo goes by changing things, which political party, it doesn't matter whether there was a political party. You don't need to be a political party to oppose the government. Who were the people opposing when they changed Article 47? Because all these people, whether it's the people, political actors in British Cameroon, the majority of them were eating. They were looking for positions. How come that you will go and join another country without a treaty? How come? You go and join another country because most of us, you vote people based on, maybe they come from your tribe, they are your friends. Nepotism. That's why we vote. You don't look, is this man capable? Can this man understand what is going on to stand and challenge A, B, C? We don't do that in the Cameroons until today. If you look at opposition political parties that are in the La Republique du Cameroun, French Cameroon, look at their leaders, political leaders. I'll give you an example. Somebody like Bello Buba. Bello Buba, around 1972 to 75, I'm sure he was Secretary General for Defense in the Cameroons. Around 1982, Bello Buba was Secretary General for Economic and Planning. Then when Aijo resigned, he became Prime Minister. He created a political party. If you go again, Issa Chiruma, the same thing. Cabral Libri, Kamto, look at their background. These people make sure they choose people who understand the system to lead them. But when it comes to us, British Cameroonians, what do? We vote for our brother. We vote for our countryman to represent us. We don't know if they have that intellectual capacity to represent us. With the exception of Prime Minister Dr. Endele, who removed us from Nigeria and gave us autonomy in Boya in 1954. Look at all Anglophones. I'm talking about leaders who are politicians or who have created political party. Name me one of them who have got that experience that Bello Buba have got. Chiruma, Kamto, Cabral Libri, Jean-Jacques Ekindi, Daikole Daza, Gaga Hama. Look at their politicians. Go and read their experience plus their intellect. Go and read it. But we keep on saying they marginalize us. I'm calling on the people of British Cameroon, learn to take your responsibility. Before you climb a ladder, you must start as Sangalong. You start climbing up. But in British Cameroons, most political actors and activists, without any experience, they just like to jump and stand there. I'm a list, I'm a chairman, I'm president, I'm leader. You have to understand certain things. Where is Africa? Sometimes I was thinking, I look at African leaders, Samuel Doe. Those are your leaders. Go and look his background. He knows nothing. Valentine Strauss are nothing. Mobutu, nothing. Museveni, nothing. Look at all of them. Even Zuma. Look at African leaders. It doesn't matter whether you go to school, you sit in a classroom, you learn, you have academic qualification. It doesn't matter. Practical things matter. If you cannot use your education, your academic qualification, and gain practical experience, it is useless. You cannot just sit and learn theory in a classroom. That's why most of us in the legal field, they taught us something they call legal practice course, because it's the practicality, what happens in the real world. There's a difference to become a law student, study law, criminal law, blah, 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 blah. There's a difference. And the practicality in the real world. So my point today, I want to say most of us, Anglophones, British Cameroonians who are political actors, most of us, we like to put ourselves in a position that we cannot defend it, we don't understand it. Because since 1961, the Aijo regime, including the Biya regime, they have been marginalizing us and annexing us. But the majority have just been watching, looking. It took a long time, 1961 to 2024. Should we wait that long? Because we don't care. And what we do, we blame the Aijo, we blame the poor Biya, but we fail to take our own responsibility. When the King of England was oppressing the people of United Kingdom, what happened? Some members of parliament, is it 1688? They may overthrow him. They call what they call glorious revolution. And they removed that absolute power and they gave power to parliament. Everything that is happening, even in the Cameroons, some of us, we fought for it. Mr. Biya did not wake up one morning and smile in A2D and say, oh, take Boya University, take GC Eport, take Multipartism, take Major National Dialogue, take Tripartite. He didn't. We fought for it. We fought for it. We put our life in line for it. And what kills us most in British Cameroons is that people want to harvest where they did not plan anything. So ladies and gentlemen, I was just rambling today to say, you must understand the laws, the rules, more than the CPDM chop people the money. I was rambling to say, if you don't see the mistakes in advance to challenge them, that's why they will go on integrate us, assimilate us, because people who have the brains, they don't talk, they sit back and look. It is very important that each step that the government takes, you understand it. Another thing that people go about doing today, which I find it very disappointing, a lot of people think international community will come and help us. They will never. Listen, when the Labour Party was opposition in the United Kingdom, they were talking about Southern Cameroon's problem. Now they are in power. Do they talk about it? No. Opposition can talk about it. Members of parliament in the West can just talk about it. It hasn't got any force of law. When they're in power, they won't talk. They will leave their MP. Who is an MP? A congressman. A congressman have made this resolution. All those things don't matter. They are just wishy-washy, window dressing exercise. Until you start, put yourself in a position to start winning seats in British Cameroon, parliamentary seat, local council seat, nothing will happen. My brothers and sisters, I'm the one telling you out of experience. People go, oh, we are going to the UN. Let me tell you something. Pamuna, Pafonja, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Cameroon, Prime Minister of the Federal Republic of Cameroon, they went to the UN. They gave them an answer. And you, let me not use that word, you Nothing. You think you will go to the UN, they will answer you. The UN, I'm sure they have the signature of Pa Muna and Pa Foncha in the United Nations. Their signatures are there. They know them. So, as we often say, if you keep on doing the same thing and expecting different results, that's what insanity. I keep on using my voice that 2026 is coming. We should start mobilizing to take most of the parliamentary seat in British Cameroons. It is not too far. We need to start laying the foundation now. If we do that, we will be free. If you take just half of those seats, not even all, because you start 1 seat, 2 seats, 3 seats, 4 seats, that's what all over the world. Even Hamas, 1 seat in parliament in Palestinian. They will sit on social media. You ask somebody in a political party that you're not a member, oh, CPDM Anglophone, they should resign. Are they in your political party? Are they in your party to resign? Do you share the same political opinion with them? No. You go and take the seat and don't go to parliament. Be the change that you want to see. Don't sit and be giving instruction on other people. As I said before, one of the penalty of refusing to participate in politics is that you will end up being governed by inferior people. Kakistocracy. Most of the people running Cameroon, they are inferior. If you look when I was growing up, whether it's university, whether some of the ministers, some of the journalists, all fields in Cameroon, they were top when you compare today. The standards today in the Cameroons are very low because the smart, experienced, and intelligent people have refused to do politics. So inferior people are ruling you now. So once more, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Maitre Mola Alex Lissinger rambling today in a political party broadcast. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
National de la Ligue, vous devenez des esclaves.